Get your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.
In JavaScript, the property document.cookie is used to create, read, change, and delete cookies. There are three options you can use when creating cookies. The first is just a straightforward name value. The syntax for a name value cookie is document.cookie equals quote username equals John Doe close quote semicolon. You can also add an expiration date to your cookie to allow it to stay on your user's computer longer, as cookies are deleted when the browser is closed by default. When dealing with dates in JavaScript, it is important to know the date it starts from. When JavaScript was created, the beginning date was set to midnight, January 1st, 1970, UTC, or Coordinated Universal Time. This is also the time used in the programming languages Unix and Java, and is sometimes referred to as the Unix epoch. When measuring time, it is done by counting the milliseconds from the start date of 1/1/1970 and excluding any leap seconds. The syntax for adding an expiration date to a basic single cookie is document.cookie equals quote username equals John Doe semicolon expires equals THU for Thursday comma 13 NOV for November 2014 12:00:00 GMT close quote semicolon. The date format given is the required UTC/GMT format used by cookies and should not be changed. If you are using a set of functions to create a cookie, you will use a calculation based on the number of days you want your cookie to be valid for, multiplied by the number of hours in a day, the number of minutes in an hour, and the number of seconds in a minute, then multiplied by 1000 for milliseconds. This calculation would look like this. Number of days, asterisk 24, asterisk 60, asterisk 60, asterisk 1000. This will allow your function to translate the number of days into a numerical value that will be used to calculate the milliseconds that pass between the start date of the cookie and its expiration date. Your third option is assigning a specific path name to the cookie. The cookie belongs to the current page by default. This is useful if you know a user is going to return to a specific page on your site. For example, a page that contains a calendar of events. The syntax for adding a path name is document.cookie equals quote username equals John Doe semicolon expires equals THU comma 13 NOV 2014 12:00:00 GMT semicolon path equals / close quote semicolon. You will place the actual path name after the slash and before the closing quotation marks. The document.cookie property will return all of your cookies in one string. For example, cookie 1 equals value semicolon, cookie 2 equals value semicolon, and so on. When reading a cookie with JavaScript, you use the following syntax. Var x equals document.cookie semicolon. If you want or need to change a cookie, you use the same syntax as you would to create a new cookie. As long as the cookie has the same value, when the page loads, the new code will overwrite the old and the changed cookie will be applied. This is useful when you want to extend an expiration date or add or change a path name. If your goal is to delete a cookie, you simply set the expiration parameter to a date that has already passed. When you are deleting a cookie, you don't need to specify a value for the cookie. The syntax for deleting a cookie is document.cookie equals quote username equals semicolon expires equals FRI comma 01 JAN 1983 00 colon 00 colon 00 GMT close quote semicolon. You can use any date that has passed to delete cookies. While document.cookie may look like a text string, it is not. A cookie string is created when you are writing to the document.cookie property. This means that when you write a whole string to the property, you will only see the name-value pair of the cookie string when you read the cookie. The new cookies are added to the document.cookie property. When you read the document.cookie property again, the new string will read like this. Cookie1 equals value, semicolon, cookie2 equals value, semicolon, cookie3 equals value. If you are trying to return a value for one specific cookie, you must write a function that searches for that specific cookie value in the cookie string. The following 3 examples show how to create a cookie that will store the name of the user. On the first visit, the user will be prompted to enter their name. The next time they come to the page, they will get an alert box with a welcome message. The first example is used to set the new cookie value. The second will get the cookie value, and the third function will check the cookie value. This example sets or creates a new cookie using the setCookie function. Function setCookie, parenthesis cname, comma cvalue, comma expire, close parenthesis, curly bracket var d equals new date, open and close parenthesis, semicolon, d.setTime, parenthesis d.getTime, open and close parenthesis, plus parenthesis expire asterisk 24, asterisk 60, asterisk 60, asterisk 1000, close parenthesis, semicolon, var expires equals, quote, expires equals, quote, plus d.toGMT string, open and close parentheses, semicolon, document.cookie equals cname plus, quote, equals, close quote, plus cvalue, plus, quote, semicolon, space, quote, plus expires, semicolon, close curly bracket. This function contains 3 value names, cookie name, value, cookie value, and expire for the expiration date. These values will be what your cookie name is, the value you assign, and the days until your cookie expires. Var d equals new date declares the value for d as the current date. d.setTime, d.getTime, expire, and the calculation for days. This statement is to tell the browser how many days until the cookie expires. The value for expire will be in the final function that will check if the cookie is set. Var expires equals, quote, d.toGMT string, open and close parentheses, semicolon, sets the variable expires to be displayed in the UTC/GMT format. Finally, the cookie is created and output set with the document.cookie equals name plus, quote, equals, quote, plus value plus, quote, semicolon, quote, plus expires statement. The second example shows the code to get a cookie value. Function getCookie, parenthesis cname, close parenthesis, curly bracket var name equals cname plus, quote, equals, close quote, semicolon, var ca equals document.cookie.split, parenthesis, quote, semicolon, close quote, close parenthesis, semicolon, for parenthesis var I equals 0, semicolon, I is less than ca.length, semicolon, I plus plus, close parenthesis, curly bracket, var c equals ca bracket I, close bracket, dot trim, open and close parentheses, semicolon, if, parenthesis, c dot index of, parenthesis, name, close parenthesis, equals 0, close parenthesis, return, c dot substring, parenthesis, name dot length, comma, c dot length, close parenthesis, semicolon, close curly bracket, return, open and close quotes, semicolon, close curly bracket. The breakdown of the above code is as follows. getCookie, cname, sets the parameter to assign the cookie name as cname. Var name equals cname plus quote equals close quote semicolon creates the variable name with the text to search for cname and will return the cookie name with the data input by the user. Var ca equals document.cookie.split sets the parameter to split the document.cookie up at the semicolons into an array called ca equals document.cookie.split. Var c equals ca bracket I, close bracket, dot trim, open and close parentheses, semicolon, assigns a variable c with the value of the array and tells it to trim each value. The trim method removes any extraneous whitespace from JavaScript. The statement if creates an if statement that tells the browser to return the values of the cookie if the cookie is found. The return statement tells the browser to return an empty string if the cookie is not found. The third example shows the code needed to create a function to check a cookie value. Function checkCookie, open and close parentheses, curly bracket, var username equals getCookie, parenthesis, quote, username, close quote, close parenthesis, semicolon, if, parenthesis, username, exclamation point equals, open and close quotes, close parenthesis, curly bracket, alert, parenthesis, quote, welcome back, space, close quote, plus username, close parenthesis, semicolon, close curly bracket, else, curly bracket, username equals prompt, parenthesis, quote, please enter your name, colon, close quote, comma, open and close quote, close parenthesis, semicolon, if, parenthesis, username, exclamation point equals, open and close quote, ampersand, ampersand, username, parenthesis equals null, close parenthesis, curly bracket, set cookie, parenthesis, quote, username, close quote, comma, username, comma, 365, close parenthesis, semicolon, close curly bracket, close curly bracket, close curly bracket. This code will run the function checkCookie. If the cookie has been previously set, the browser will display an alert pop-up box that says, welcome back, John, if John was the username entered. Var username equals getCookie, with the parameter username, sets the variable username to the getCookie method and defines it as username. If username, open and close quotes, tells the browser if the username is not equal to an empty string to display the alert pop-up box. The alert statement, the if part of the if-else statement, sets the alert pop-up box to alert welcome back plus the username entered. The statement curly bracket username equals prompt, parenthesis quote, please enter your name, colon, close quote, comma, open and close quote, close parenthesis, semicolon. The else part of the if-else statement tells the browser to open a prompt pop-up box if the username of the cookie is equal to an empty string, asking the user to enter their name. The second if statement tells the browser that if the username of the cookie has been entered and is not empty or has a null value, to complete the final statement that follows. This final statement tells the original function setCookie function with the values username, username365. The 365 value tells the browser to save the cookie for 1 year or 365 days. To create a cookie that will save the username of a visitor to your web page for 1 year, you would combine the 3 example codes above. Each time the page is loaded, a pop-up box will display a greeting with the username that was input. You combine the codes and add in an onload event to the body tag that will tell the browser to run the cookie function. For this example, check cookie when the page is loaded. You may have a different function name. Body onload equals quote check cookie open and close parentheses close quotes.
Like what you see? Pick up your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.